How you doing? I wanted to share some of my plants with you. If you look at this composition that I have in the window, I have two wine bottles. These are recycled. I found these I was actually parking in the city and I found a box that had been discarded in a parking space, and it was full of these wine bottles. There was about 6 of them. It wasn't a big box. I went ahead, took the wine bottles home and cleaned them. They didn't have any labels on them. I cleaned them, and on occasion what I'll do is I make these displays, especially when spring and summer come around. But if you take a look at this display, these two displays, let me show you. These are real roses that I grow. These are plastic. Well, not yeah, I guess some type of material. I don't know what it feels like. It feels almost like paper. And even these aren't real, but these are real. The red flowers are real. The green, like this green here is real. This green here is fake. And so you see I have water in both the green bottle and it's a fertilized water. And so I've had these flowers in here now, probably going on 4 days. And I'll show you the other two that I have. Well, actually 3 displays I have in this window. So all of this is fake. So so you can see this material. I guess this is cloth. I said plastic originally. This is some type of plastic. These are fake. All of this is fake. Now, in this one, the pink and the red rose are real. I grow pink and red China roses. This is fake. This is real. This is fake. This is real. Now in this one, I'll bring this one here. I was working outside and put some lotion on my hands. So with this particular display here, take a look at that for a second. And I'll point out, this is real, fake. You should be able to tell that's fake with the sparklies on it. This is fake. This is real. So I'll do that again. It's cotton. What is this? Is a cattail. And these are unbloomed rosebuds. And those are real. So everything in there is fake except the unbloomed rosebuds. I got them in a wine bottle. And again, I put the fertilized water in there with those rosebuds so that it extends their life. They may even open up. I've done this type of display before with real rosebuds, and they've opened. So here's one of my moss gardens here. So we'll start on this end. I have this snake in here. It's meant to deter the neighborhood squirrels from coming in here and destroying, and the birds too. The birds they're not necessarily doing damage. They're doing what they normally do, which is they're looking for worms. So I have these dead cuttings that are in here. These are old black mulberry cuttings that did not root, but I just went ahead and left them in there because what ends up happening, they get the material that's in here, the worms and whatnot, that wood breaks down. So I just leave it. So this is a silver maple cutting. So it's cut, I'll zoom in so you can see. It's cut as a twin trunk. It's rooted. It has new leaves. These leaves here are new. Even under here it has new leaves under here. I try not to bother it because it's still establishing itself. I'll move in so you can see the new buds coming in right there. and there's new leaves you can see right there coming in. And let me zoom out. And here, this is a red maple. That's a cutting that I took last year. The leaves just broke on it recently. And here's another red maple. That's another cutting. And here I have Quercus fellows. As many of you know, that's willow oak. It had a lot of dieback. Oh, excuse me. I'll see if I can zoom in. The whole top, I didn't think this cutting was going to root this year. It actually, excuse me, I didn't think it was going to break bud this year because, and there's what it grew out of. I just left that there because you can see the entire top third of this cutting is dead. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to let it handle its own business. And so over here in the corner, you'll notice that I have a red maple leaf. So this is probably one of the biggest red maple leaves on any of my plants. And sitting next to this red maple leaf these are two cuttings that I've taken. These cuttings are from these two cuttings. And I rooted these two little cuttings. One of them is so tiny, I can't even see the stem on it. You can see it right there. And I'll try to zoom in so you can see that is tiny as, let me get a pointer. Get it out of my garden bag. So as tiny as these leaves are, there is even a tinier leaf right there. And so I'll bring in the normal size red maple leaf and I'll zoom out so you can see just how small that leaf is. It is so tiny that once you backed up, you can't really see it's there. So there's the regular, and here's my hand. Excuse me, I hit my cutting there. But here's my hand for perspective. And then when you zoom in, you can see there is this just absolutely super tiny red maple leaf in there. And it's been once it broke, when springtime came, once that bud broke, these four leaves have been this size for the last few weeks. They haven't gotten any bigger. I always thought even if they did break out and they were that small, that eventually they would get bigger. Now, mind you, these four leaves have sustained. I don't protect them. They have went through 3 straight days of torrential downpour, and they're still there. And that one cutting right there with the super tiny leaf on it, it's barely, that cutting is barely a half an inch. It's not even a half an inch. It's that small. So this is one of my little, I call this display the swamp. I'll give you one more look at it. I'm gonna get it back outside. I just watered it. So hopefully, really, I'm really watching this willow oak closely. I was hoping it would produce more leaves. All right, so I hope you're having success with your gardening and enjoying yourself. Have a nice day.